Hello and welcome. This is Teresa and welcome to my channel. Now before I forget, I am going to temporarily give up on the microphone idea. I spent at least $100 and got the thing here and looked at it. It didn't look like what was in the advertisement. There was no charging station. Took it out of the box and I couldn't even figure out how to charge the stupid thing up. So technology won on that one. And so anyways, I'm just looking at my screen here to make sure it all looks good. It looked like it was cut off on one screen, and on my editing software it looked like it was just fine. So it appears to be just fine. Now, this is just a sneak peek. And now I'm going to move that out of the way. This is my preparation for Christmas in July, or I should say my pre-preparation for Christmas in July, which is a collaboration that is coming up in a little bit over a month. So I just wanted to give you a little heads up on that so that you could keep in mind that you'll be seeing more videos from me in July, because I have agreed to be a part of that collaboration. What we have in front of us right now is the Language of Flowers journal that I have labored over for quite a bit. And it is pretty near finished. The only thing is, I had planned to put the little spine that said Language of Flowers on my journal once it was done, but I haven't done that, and I probably am not going to do that, but I'm still kind of thinking about it. Other than that, I think this puppy is done, because if there's any more ephemera that I have left over, which I'm pretty sure I have some, I am going to put that in a glassine envelope and include it with the journal, because this journal and my junk journal planner that I'll be showing in just a bit, that I have worked on for a long time, that was inspired by Tracy Fox. This one was inspired by Carol Loss, and this one I tried to do an exact replica of what Carol did, and it was a challenge. It was a big challenge. So these are both going up on my Ko-fi shop after I'm done with this video. This video is live, so if you would like to chat and say hello, I would be happy to say hello back to you. Okay. Now, the first thing is, I got the book off of eBay. I bought the book off of eBay. I got the fabric and the lace from Juanette's Crafting Corner. And the fabric really held me up, because I was trying to get something that looked really close to what Carol had used. And that was just impossible. It just wasn't happening. So I used this, and I really fought this binding, because my pages were too long, you know, this way, and I didn't want them to stick past the cover. So I was like going to sleep at night and waking up in the morning trying to think how I was going to resolve that situation, because I'm not the best at doing bindings. So I do have this binding. This binding is held together by vintage fabric here. This is tapestry fabric, and then this fabric here. And I don't know what the age of this fabric is. The main selling point for this fabric was that Juanette travels a lot, and she picks up things like this, and she probably picked this up in Asia. I don't know for sure, but anyways, that was the attraction for that. Now, the thing with this binding is that it is wobbly. it's got a lot of movement in it, and I really didn't want that kind of movement, but when I put the inside, because this is a hidden binding, when I put this in, I didn't put enough glue right here, and this is made so that it's can hold something, but I didn't put enough glue here, so it's not, it would hold this tighter if I would have glued that down better, but now it's too late. So, and the same thing on this side. This one is a little bit better, but this one I really kind of missed the mark with that one. So I've got this beautiful trim on the front and the back, and I got that from Juanette. This tapestry is from Roxy Creations that I got from Italy, and from her shop. I didn't go out to Italy, darn it. And I fought and fought with myself about which side to use, and I'm pretty sure that this is, you know, the wrong side, but every time I said, oh well, I'll use the other side because it's shinier, it looks like it's technically the right side, but then I didn't like it, so I finally said, forget it, I'm sticking with this. I like how this looks, because for the most part this journal is very I mean, it's vintage, but it's very non-grungy compared to stuff that I usually do. So I think part of me had to break out and say, well, I'm going to put something here that looks more distressed. But look at this beautiful image. This is probably my favorite. Now, I had these signatures in the order that I wanted them, and I lost my order. And when I went to do this, I was like, I am not going to watch the video again. Sorry, Carol, but I've watched your video so many times. I can't even hazard a guess how many times I've watched that video. And I was just like, I'm just going to do this. So we're just going to flip through pretty quickly. And just so you know, yes, these are pages from The Language of Flowers, and the pages from the book are all hinged with some of the digital paper. The digital paper is from Paper Cameo, and when I printed these out, because this book is small, I printed these at, I want to say 97%. This book is from a I've said it in other videos, because I've done 2 or 3 videos while I was putting this book together, and it's escaping me right now. Top Tuck. This book is a Jane Austen letters book, and I believe this is the version 3 or something 3. This is a vintage postcard, the real deal. Okay, Teresa, hold still. And then I used vintage Italy Italian book pages that I got from Roxy's Creation. So each signature follows a format. And then this is some beetroot dyed paper. And I used 6, 7, 8, 9, I don't know, lots of different digital kits from the Paper Cameo. This is from a botany book that I have and I love. I think it's a Reader's Digest book, actually. I think this is Pink Divinity. That's just a big envelope. Can you see that? There's a pocket here with a big journal card. It's almost a little bit long, so I have to be careful to try and make sure that that stays all the way pushed in so that I don't, see I'm bending that tab. There we go. Now, what's nice about this is this will lay flat, even though it's really big. This is 5 signatures, and it will even sit like that. So if you've got other books on your shelf, it will hold it closed pretty easily. But it will sit flat like that, and I just love that. And that's because I made sure that the size of the binding accommodated 5 signatures. And so when it's the way it's supposed to be and it's not flopping around, then these pages don't extend beyond the cover. That was really important to me. All right, let's see. So we were just coming up on the 2nd signature. It's just a folded up piece of paper to write on. And then you gotta watch, because sometimes there are pockets where things are put in. Now, this is what I really love, is that I did not put this so close together that you couldn't see this beautiful fabric when you go from one signature to the other. So remember I said these follow a pattern. So digitals with different designs and tabs to them. Then one of these pages, a Jane Austen page, Jane Austen letter page, and all of the Jane Austen letter pages have some sort of tab on them. The Reader's Digest botanical book, digital, all different kinds of ephemera from the digital kits, because I did buy the journal kit, and I did buy the, now that was in there a minute ago, what's holding it up? The ephemera. And then a beetroot dyed, and most of the beetroot dyed papers, if I think all are folded over. They could be a side tuck, or a person could put an extension. A lot of the digitals have fold outs. This one has kind of a crazy fold out because I missed this. There's 2 pieces to this right here, and whoops, not on camera. When I bound this, oh, hi Darcy, I just saw your message. Thank you. Nice to see you. And I missed it when I bound it. It fell right out, so I had to come up with plan B. This one does have a bookmark in the top. And then I think if, no, it doesn't. So you could write there. There's lots to that place right there. Using a little bit of that tapestry there for a tag topper. So anyways, digital Language of Flowers book page, beetroot page, Jane Austen letter page, 2 different kinds of botanical book pages, the ephemera from the kits, and yeah, that's the format of the book. This flips out, so some areas for a person to make this their own. little tuck there. This is a letter from one of the kits, a digital letter that I love to try to distress and make it look like it's old. Don't think I used any of my mixed media things in here because it wasn't part of the plan for this. I used some different things that I had as far as laces and fabrics, but other than that, I followed Carol's ideas, and trying to put that in with my left hand is not going well. I guess that's all the further it goes. Lots of big tags in this. You know, some of this stuff looks awesome to me, but the thing is, these are Carol's ideas. I copied her ideas almost verbatim, so I can't take any credit for this. I'm just the worker. Now this was supposed to be a pocket, but I got to the point of no return and forgot and glued the whole basket down. I was so disappointed in myself that I forgot, because this just is a fun pocket idea. This is another really beautiful, beautiful image from the book. This I left so that a person could glue it if they wanted to, or they can use this whole area for writing space. And then I just embellished it a little bit with some lace there. I believe most, if not all, my lace that I used is vintage lace. This was me going off on a tangent right here. This is one of the few, if or only, places. I took some Amazon packing paper and I folded it so like it was a ruffle, and sewed it down that side and sewed it down that side, glued a little piece of my Italian ledger page here, and then cut this out probably from one of the, well, it would have been the Reader's Digest botanical book, and just stuck that on there as a little tuck spot. I used some of my rusty paper clips. That I make with peroxide and vinegar. So there you can see that tapestry again. Love that, love that. There's a little heart tuck spot with some things tucked into it. Just a little cluster. Lots of writing space. So I struggled with getting some of these types. These are like, what I want to say, they like, instead of folding in half, they fold like in thirds. And that was a challenge for me. So on all of them, I'm sure I got the folds wrong. So I just put some of my new grid washi tape over that to disguise that. I did not have any grid washi tape, so I had to get some. Things like this were my idea. What do they call that? Poetic license? I took poetic license. I don't know. I'm not sure I know what I'm talking about. Oh, there was. I could have sworn there was something in there. Huh. I could have sworn. Well, can't have that, can we? Alright, this is kind of boring, but we'll just go ahead and take this and hold this up. That is so weird. It's just an envelope top that I just sewed on there. This is the writing board. It's nice and sturdy. Will work good to write on. There we can see some more tapestry. This is another beautiful. I forgot how many beautiful images. Really, really. I mean, I love them all. And amazingly enough, this is an image from Paper Cameo. So I loved how Carol was able to marry these two together like this. Big, big journal card. Little journal card. This could even probably, whoops, nope, I'm wrong. That's not, okay. This is the Pièce de Résistance. Okay, that's my last attempt to speak French on a video. But you take this tab and pull it open and voila. Lots of big tags and journal cards in here. I loved this fabric that I had in my stash. I loved how it went with the journal. See, even when you're like here, you know, you still could write on here. Like, say, if you wanted to write here, you could write on here. Not too difficultly. I might, if it were me, I might, like, you know, take a piece of writing paper, write my note, and then attach it there instead of try to write on the bulky journal. But my point is, it's not so bulky that you couldn't write on it like that. This envelope is glued into the center. Well, it's sewed into the center. This one isn't glued. I might have one that's glued, but I might not. I think of doing these things and then I don't get it executed the way that some people are really good at executing those types of things. I got the Jane Austen book on eBay and the Language of Flowers book on eBay and the little observer, wildlife observer book, I think is what it's called, on eBay. I think this page is upside down. I'm sorry, I just had to tell on myself about that, but I'm pretty sure this page is upside down. Flips open, and you have a journal card there that has a piece of paper on it for writing. And then we have a tag here. Looks like some eraser dust. And there you can see that tapestry right there. And then you've got that. Now what I wasn't sure of is if I was going to be able to stick my writing board in there. I think my writing board is too big. So it is too big. Too big on both sides, right? Yep. So a person could cut it down so that it would fit there, or a person could just use this for other things. Like, what I will use it for is I will put the extra ephemera in a glassine bag, and if I have too much, I'll put a glassine bag of ephemera here in the front, held by this, and one in the back, held by that. Now, I do not put charms. One last thing I want to show you. I don't put charms on my string. I use wax thread for binding, but I leave them long in case someone wants to put charms on the strings. Otherwise, a person could cut them down if you wanted to, but I like to leave options. So there she is, a little loose in the binding, but other than that, in pretty good shape. This is probably the hardest journal I have ever done. It was a lot. Okay, let's put that over to the side. Now the next thing, where are we at? 30 minutes. This one will go a lot faster. These two things are ephemera packs for this junk journal planner bullet style. So this one does have a monthly and a weekly. right? Let's see. January. No, it doesn't have a monthly. The monthly is right here. And then there's also a 2025 one. Now this one is spiral bound, and I did it with my cinch, and it's a little tight. It's a little bit more than the cinch, the one that I have, which is this one, which is probably one, if not the earliest model. It doesn't have the different things, different holes that you can make. You can only make the square holes with this one, and it doesn't take a very big spiral. I bought, I think, an inch and I don't know, 3/4. I don't think it was an inch and a half, but anyways, it was really hard to use, and I had to squeeze the wires together with my hand, which I don't know if I did a good job of it. Now this right here, this cover that is covered in beautiful tapestry fabric that I got from Rachel at Roxy's Creation in Italy, and it is glued to this. This is from a player piano roll box. So I was like, first I was just going to let this be seen, but then I realized, you chose to have this beautiful tapestry cover, you're going to have to cover it. So if I would have thought that through, I would have turned this around so that this is showing, but it's okay. I still like all the patina that you can see. Let me move that over. Thanks, Darcy. I still like this patina. It was starting to crack because it was a box, you know, that was folded to accommodate a roll. So it was like this. Anyways, I like that. And then this is a kit from Tracy Fox. And the first page is a pocket. And I'm actually going to make that a little bit more evident. I did not ink for this, I'm pretty sure. I don't think I inked. So there's a place for personal information. There's a 2024 calendar. And I thought there was a 2025. Yeah, and a 2025. And then these are the calendars. And then this has a format. So there's like, what is this? Like blank pages. And then this is the divider. And then you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and something blank. Oh, what am I looking at? Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Phew, for a minute there I thought I did something wrong. Scared myself. This one you do have to be careful with because it is kind of tight. And then there's 2 sheets of this. So this would be, the decorative papers are 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, 4 week, 5 week, and then a finance tracker. And that's what each month consists of. A divider card, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, for fancy papers, and then 2 of these papers. There's a little pocket on here. I have not done a lot in regards to ephemera on this journal. And then a finance tracker. Here's March. They all have well-tailed tabs. And I'm just going to skip through because it's all the same thing as far as that's concerned. April. There's a pocket there. This one, after I had been started, there was a couple areas that weren't ideal, or you could say a goof. So I just put a to-do page here, which a person could use for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, doing bullet journaling, which this is a bullet journal page. And the same thing here. And then we have May. I just love this because there's so much opportunity to do things with these. Oh, and each one of these is a pocket. Each divider is a pocket, either a side pocket or a top pocket. Fancy pages. Tracy just did a wonderful job with the digitals. Oh, look at that. There's a goof. That's not supposed to be blank. That's not supposed to be blank. June. So I just hold my hand over here, and that helps to give the spiral room for the pages to turn. July, and this pocket opening is at the top. I love these July pages. Happy Independence Day. August. Oh, my fingers are getting dry. There's a little pocket here. September. It's a top opening pocket. Here's a pocket with a journal card. Now the other thing too is a person could like take, so I will have some more excuse me, lists in here as part of the ephemera, and a person could like hinge this and put it on there so that you would have additional writing space. So I had that in mind when I went as minimal as possible, because this was pretty much the max of what I could fit on this spiral. And then we have October. I am someone who does not celebrate Halloween, or I don't have Santa in my Christmas. So I was very pleased with this digital that it looked like autumn, like fall, and that pleased me. See, autumn as a beginning, not an end. That's cool. And then we have November. Have a pocket and a journal card there. Love the forest type theme there. It's all the forest animals. And then we have December. I was very pleased with December. I see this graphic a lot right here for December, this little girl. It's beautiful. And then we have the 2 weeks that come after. Well, actually 4, because there's a week on one side and a week on the other side, and then a week here and a week on the other side. So each section has 5 weeks in it. So that should be plenty. It is getting a little persnickety right there. And then we have a contact list, and I put 1, 2, 3, 4 pages for that. And then there's a year plan here. Might have been more appropriate to have that in the front, but it ended up in the back. And this is a side pocket and your review. And so there's some of that beautiful paper. And then what's fun about this is a pocket. So you could put something in there that is shorter than this. Now, these are the 2 ephemera folders or envelopes. I'm having a deja vu about this for other spiral books that you have to work them a little bit, but I can't think exactly what it is. So there's no pocket on this, but there is back here on this side. And then we have this folio. Has just some little scratch pieces. Right here is some papers that you could pull off to use for collaging or that sort of thing. And there are some tags in here that are made, ready to go. These can just be used as extra papers for writing on. I don't like that one, so I'm not going to put that one in there. Oh, I know why I had it in there. Because I wanted to demonstrate that there was another pocket. But it's so dark that you can't really see. So let's take something like this. I don't need this anymore. And put that in there. Whoa. Stray scrap just jumped up. Okay, and then we have some tags that are ready to make. And then these are some strips for like just to embellish, like right there. Or you could use them for real in your journal. Here's some tags that can be made. And these are labels for birthdays, notes, trackers, gifts, all those. Extra ephemera. And then in this one, we have some extra whale-tail tabs. They're fake whale-tail tabs because they were digitally created. They weren't punched with a whale-tail tab. These are journal cards that are already backed and ready to go. And just a little paper clip holding on a little envelope that has some of the little teeny tiny months. Are these months? Come out of there. Yes, the months. And then here's blanks. Blank ephemera or extra ephemera to decorate with on a lovely piece of Italian book page. A person could even do something with that. I mean, if you were to pull these off, it would ruin that side, but you could use this side for collage or something like that. Oh, good, Darcy. So it's not just me being inadequate with trying to figure out how to make a spiral bound notebook with a cinch machine. So lots of extra ephemera in here. This is a little pocket that just gets paper clipped in because it has pocket space on both sides. So I'm going to move some of these over here. And then you can put something there. So these tags are made. They're backed. And I think all the different seasons are there. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make some of these tags over here. Oh, it wasn't here. It was in the other one. And then I'll clip that on there, so that it's real obvious that you can put something in there. There you go. Now I'm happy. These are all made, pre-made ephemera, so just needs a little tag topper if you want to put a tag topper on it. Here's a pocket. I think this is from Roxy's creation, her doily embroidery set. Here's another scrap paper. I don't know what these are called. But anyways, this is scrap paper that's in like a little scrap paper notebook. So these are really cool folios that have pre-made ephemera and extra ephemera and collage sheets in them to decorate your planner. Now, what's cool with the way I do planners is they're not dated. So there is a 24 and a 25 calendar in here. But if someone were to buy this month is May, so let's just say they're going to get it by June because May's almost over. They could start in June and do their thing until they get to May of next year, and get instant use out of this planner. Or a person could wait till January of 2025 and start that way. Either way would be fun. There is a, oh my gosh, there's a staple there. I don't know how that got there. I'm gonna have to put something on there so someone doesn't hurt their finger. Wow. I have no idea how that got there. Well, that's a bummer. So I will just find a button or something and glue it on there to make sure no one hurts themselves on that little, it's a little staple from a, the tiny stapler. That is so weird. So this is what all comes with this. This is kind of a naked journal in that it doesn't have a lot of ephemera in it, and even the cover doesn't have a lot to it. So I'm thinking though, so maybe I won't put it on there, but maybe I will include something like this, because for me these colors are awesome. I mean, this color is that color right there, this color is that color right there, so this would just look awesome on this journal. And person could like put glue there and glue there. I would trim that right there, and then a person could use that as a pocket. Oh man, that would be really cool. This piece is coming with this journal, is going to be included with this journal, but I'm sorry, I hope you didn't want this little tiny piece, because I can't handle it, so I have to trim it off. But yeah, the colors are just awesome. I used some Tim Holtz sprays on this, and that's how I got the color on this, because when I bought this doily, it was pure white. I don't know if it's not a doily, it's like a tablecloth or something. But when I bought it, it was pure white, like this. And then I had to grunge it. So I haven't ironed this one, but this color would look really good with this too. But then you end up covering too much of the beautiful tapestry. And one of the things that held me up on this journal was waiting for this tapestry, because I planned this out that way. Thanks, Darcy. That one's a given. Yep, I'm gonna do that. The handkerchief is too much, but yep, the doily's gonna go with that. And actually, okay, I'm just gonna put it on there. I keep calling her doily, but I think it's like a tablecloth. So let's just go ahead, and I'm gonna use art glitter glue to put this on. Let's see. I'm going to take that little piece off. I don't like that. I just read your comment, Darcy. I need you around all the time so that you can say, oh, yeah, what she said's not wrong. It's just this way. Oh, and here's some grays on this doily. I am making it so something can fit inside of it in the front. The back I will make sure it glues solidly. And I am that is so beautiful, if I do say so myself. So has anybody or you, Darcy, done anything fun for your Saturday? My husband went out with some friends of his to ride the quad. And he biffed it. He said he's got to remember he's not 20 years old anymore. I'm like, that ship has sailed a long time ago. So pretty. That's very cool, Darcy. A tiny one. Did you do a video? I'm behind on your videos. I finally have gotten to the point where I've got my stuff reorganized, because I have to reorganize every time we move from one spot to the other. And then there was some reorganizing to do because we have a new to us trailer, and it had a washer dryer unit in it that was all in one, and we didn't want to keep it. Yeah, it would be nice to have a washer dryer in the trailer, but we didn't want to keep it because we wanted the space, and my husband didn't want to wait for the overall trailer weight to tow it. So for like a safety thing, wear and tear on the truck, that kind of stuff that I try not to listen to or think about, because I've got enough to think about of my own stuff. I did a short of the flip through. I may make another one. Okay, I'll have to look for the short. The weather has been so beautiful. Last week it got really windy, but the temperatures are lovely. You know, I like it when you have to wear a light jacket, but you can still have the windows open or the screen door open. Yep. So, oh, I didn't finish my story about the washer dryer unit. So I put it up for sale, and the unit goes for like $1,600 at Camping World. So I thought maybe because I don't have any paperwork on it, it's brand new, but it's doesn't have a warranty on it because I'm selling it. I put it up for $800 and we sold it. So that was exciting, because when we bought this trailer, ended up having to do several repairs to it, like the air conditioning back here. That was like $600. And then had to work on the slide. I forget how much that motor was. And had to have the black tank flushed, and that was a couple hundred. And what else did we have done? He had to unplug the shower, but he was able to do that. He had to put some kind of device on the black tank thing, but he just had to buy the part. Let's see. Seems like we hadn't. Oh, we had it washed because it was filthy. That was a couple hundred. Yeesh. Adds up. So I was happy to be able to sell that washer dryer unit that came with the trailer, to be able to, offset some of those expenses. Oh, and then we had to buy a a fifth wheel hitch to be able to haul it. That was a pretty penny. Oh, and then we had to fix the shocks while we were traveling, and we had to buy new tires while we were traveling because he found a bubble in one of the tires. So I was bleeding money last month. I know, bleeding money. Just looking for the next person that had their hand out. Okay, who else wants a piece of me? And I say me because my husband's retired. So he helps where he can with expenses, but Social Security is not a big paycheck. And both of us I am still, what do you call us, blue collar workers? The kind of stuff, that type of work that you don't get any benefits from, except for hubby was a mechanic, so he's got a sore body to show for that. Okay, so then a person could take something, but I have my own bookkeeping business like you, Darcy, and I'm a virtual bookkeeper, so I still work full-time. Yeah, I like that. Oh my gosh, that came together really cool. I'm past an hour. Oh boy, I better hang it up. Okay, so there's that. I want a focal point on it. No. These are just labels. I want a big bird or something. Juanette sent me this beautiful napkin. That would be really pretty on there. But I don't know how I would do that. Boy, that would look pretty. Okay, now I'm pushing it. So I'm going to wrap it up there. And thanks for taking time to visit with me and to watch this video. And okay, goodbye, Darcy. Have a great evening. And I'll